Hey, it's Soul with another video, and today I'm going to give, I guess, my first preview of the Trading Post, the new feature that's coming in the upcoming 10.0.5 patch. The one thing that I want to, very quickly point out is that this is, very much an account-wide sort of feature. I was actually on here just a few minutes ago on a different character. I started to progress with this initial quest line, which I'll talk to you about in just a moment. And then I switched to another character. I happen to be on the same progress on this quest, which, tells me that this is account wide. And, well, we'll get to more of that later. But anyway, like the video, subscribe for more content, yada, yada, yada. When you first log in, you're going to get this some quests sort of like this. It'll basically introduce you to this new feature. It's going to lead you over here, and then you'll start talking to people. You'll also be opening up this chest here, which I had already done off of this recording. I get the 500 of this trader's tender, as it was mentioned in the initial announcement of this feature. So we're going to kind of go through and do the rest of this stuff. Now, this quest is just having me kind of take a tour of the area, and so we will too. It looks like the things that are being featured for the duration of I guess the month or the event, they're all shown right here, available for everyone to see, so you can at least see the mounts. It doesn't seem like we can look at much. Well, actually, maybe we can look at some of this stuff here. So perhaps actually, yeah, it looks like some of these transmog things are put onto paper dolls of sorts, which is pretty cool. It very much has kind of a, hey, Blizz, if you did a player housing thing, this would be a great start for you to, kick off and, do something else that's really awesome. But let's look at what's good. Let's look at what else is here behind these trader people. I know that there's a lot of folks in the way here, but then there's this pet, which I believe is going to be up there. I think some of this other transmog and maybe some of these other things might also be on display. And I guess here is another bit of, I don't know what it is that they're trying to display here, but, well, all this stuff looks pretty cool. So let's actually just take a look at what is right here. All of this ought to look pretty straightforward so far. We can see our, a preview of our character right on screen. And I guess as we go through, ooh, we get an actual decent look of what we expect to see. What's this? Oh, go naked. Okay, that's great. Let's look at some of the other stuff. So Garlock, okay, here is the cute little pet. Oh, he tried to punch me. How adorbs. Let's look at the other stuff. So there's this transmog here. Can we just hide this? Okay, so I guess that's a good idea. Now we can see just what it is that is being displayed here. Very cool. Here is the staff that was shown on that paper doll a little bit earlier. I'm curious about these bandoliers. Ooh, so this is okay. So that's kind of neat. I was thinking that it was going to be like a bandolier that would fit up front, but this is kind of cool too. And then we have a somewhat different, so just different colors. Still very cool, very different. Now we have a cool dagger with a very bright effect. We have a very sweet looking bow. Nice pose. A corsage, which is very familiar. We actually get a different, a similar look from questing in Dragonflight. But that looks like a wrist transmog. Yeah, wrist transmog. This is an offhand. Very, very adorable. And now we have this other full ensemble. So a full cape. So an actual kind of a cloak set, complete with ears and eyebrows that totally penetrate. Very nice. We have a basic warhammer. Okay, I'll take that. We have another set. Ooh, hey, this is cool. I like that. So if this is set as an ensemble, maybe we might buy that to try this out. And then finally we have this war cloak, this iridescent war cloak, which is very iridescent. Okay, so let's pick up a couple things. Let's pick up these rosy trappings, Spanx, and okay, so it comes as a cloak and a scarf. So how does that? Oh, and I could refund these in 2 hours if I want to. Okay, so let's mess around with this and let's see how refundable this stuff is. So the transmog person is here. Hey, thanks, transmog person, for being somewhat convenient. Okay, so this was what, Wanderer's Rosy Scarf and Cloak. So I would expect that to be, I guess, a cloak, of course. So here's the here's that. Okay, and now as for the scarf part, is that considered like a chest piece? Maybe I should just type this in. Okay, so it's not that. Maybe somehow they're shoulders. Not shoulders. Helmet. So it's considered a helmet. All right. That's very cool. That's pretty neat. I mean, totally doesn't work with his hair here, but I like that. This is like an almost immediate buy from me. And it's only 100 of the things. And okay, that opened up. I don't know why. Let's take a look. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, so I have this. Now, if I want to refund it, I could just hit refund. It'll take the stuff back, and cool. So that's neat. That's very cool. So let's me like really like give a try and you know, try on a couple things, see if I like it, and if I don't, oh well, not a big deal. Yeah. So shucks. I think I definitely would go for like the cheap stuff, right? All right, so let's try to find what is the, you know, where the rest of these features are. So here we go. I think we just needed to complete the quest in order to view the traveler's log. Okay, so travel around the world, completing activities to gain influence each month to earn tender and a special reward in your collector's cache. Click on your activities track to track them in your quest log. Okay, so this is interesting. So I remember before from previews, we saw that we saw values here, and instead they changed it to percentages. So, well, whatever the case, we need to get to 100%. And from the looks of it, wow. From the looks of it, if we get to 100%, or if we otherwise complete enough activities here in these logs, then we'll get a mount. This mount, a spectral tiger, for just completing this the first time. So not even having spent any of this tender, we're going to get stuff. Now, apparently I completed the siege on Dragonbane Keep, so I'm 5% in. Good for me. But if I were to, throughout this month or throughout these 12 days, if I were to defeat 25 raid bosses, complete 10 dungeons, Mythic Plus dungeons, and so on and so forth, then I'll be able to get contributions towards this goal. Now, these are very, as I commented earlier, these are pretty forgiving. And here's something interesting. Defeat 25 raid bosses, okay? So let's shift click for this activity. We'll see if there's any tooltips for there. But then there's also, I saw it just earlier, kill 10 Dragonflight raid bosses. So this tells me I can defeat any old raid bosses that I want and get credit. So let's find out, all right? Actually, I found something better. 10 dungeons completed. So this does not specify which dungeons need to be completed. And thankfully, I am pretty close to a dungeon. So just give me a second. Okay, so this experiment so far did not did not quite turn out the way that I was hoping it would. Now, something that you might notice here on this traveler's log, that I completed this very first dungeon, but it's not counting. However, it does count that I, all the bosses that I killed, they counted as raid bosses. So there's not really anything conclusive that I could really come to at the moment, except to say that I believe that the descriptions from these different activities, these different things that they can do, it doesn't seem to matter whether it's current content, old content. I mean, maybe it does, or maybe it has to be something that earns us experience or something like that. But like I said, there just seems to be a pretty wide variety of activities that we can complete to max us out, and it's pretty decent. So it's something that I think that can be completed. Like if someone was really they just wanted to pop in, and this is like all they wanted to do in WoW. They could probably just knock this out in a day if they really wanted to, and then just kind of hang or just unsub or whatever until they see something that they like. But I really do like that the activities are just like really varied. There's like a lot of weird different things that can be done in order to meet these requirements. So for now, I think that's going to be it for this very early preview. It's very early. There's some bugs with it, obviously, but the premise, I think, is pretty darn cool. So let me know what you guys think in a comment below, and I will see you guys in the next thing. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy.